Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. So 132.2 is my weight today. I've been hovering here for a while now, and this whole week with the new coach, the new eating, not super concerned. I still feel like I'm leaning out. So my thinking is that there's some body recomposition happening. I'll show you kind of what I look like currently. So current physique. Definitely like starting to get there as far as leanness goes. I do still have some like lean out to do in my back specifically. But yeah, getting there. So on that note, I'm pretty groggy because I just woke up. So I'm gonna make my breakfast, my cream of rice and coffee, and I'll see you then. Alright, so now that breakfast is done, it is, well, it's been done, but it's about 8:30 right now. I'm gonna head out for a walk. Today's actually my rest day. So that's different. It used to be Sunday, but with kind of the new schedule that I'm on with the new coach, Monday is a rest day for me, so it's time to take Carly out for a walk. Today, potentially the power might be turned off because I live in California and electricity apparently just isn't really a sure thing anymore. Kind of like, wow, there's enough uncertainty in the world, and now today there's the possibility of just not having electricity, which makes it hard to work for sure. Makes it hard to live. And considering this is during a pandemic, last year when we had these blackouts, I was able to go to Starbucks and I could use the Wi-Fi and I could work, or I could go to one of those PG&E things where they set up tents and then they make it so you can use the Wi-Fi and then they use air conditioning. But we can't really gather at this moment because if you put a bunch of people in tents, you're basically asking to spread COVID. So I'm just not really sure what to do. I think though that my parents' house is not affected this time, so I might have to go there to do my work and just live life. So joy, this is the joy of California COVID and fire season. Yeah, but I'm gonna walk because it is really, really hot, and that's another reason they might shut the power off, because we don't have enough energy to go around to everybody, so we have to try to preserve as much as possible. I'm just really just rambling right now. Had too much caffeine. Yeah, going for a chill walk on a rest day. See you in a bit. Alright, so I'm currently heating up meal number 2. 2? Yeah. This is part of my meal plan. If you haven't watched the last few videos, I have a new coach and he's completely just taken over my diet. And he actually brought down my food a little bit. I'll talk about that more later, so I'm eating less now, which is fun because I was already pretty hungry. That's why I'm warming it up, because it just makes it a little bit more palatable. I'm just eating the same shit, you know? So, Mondays are rest days, or just any day that I have a rest day. I like to call them my get my shit together days, because I have a little bit more time, a little bit more wiggle room to get things done that I wouldn't normally get to, or I just kind of put on the back burner of the priority list. So, shave my head, do some laundry and all that stuff. But on that note, I figured I could take this opportunity to talk a little bit about balding. I've talked about it in the past, but you know, it's been a while, so figured I might as well touch on it. And it's definitely a sensitive topic. I would like to pretend that it wasn't happening, or that it didn't bother me that it was happening. And, you know, unfortunately, of course, you know, it bothers me, because I would love to have keep my hair and have like long, luscious locks and thick hair as a dude, and it definitely, you know, makes me a bit self-conscious in the sense that my dryer is going crazy. In the sense that I have heard it used as an attack on someone's character, or things like that, by people close to me, or specifically, it's kind of one of those things that women can generally reach for, that they know can get under your skin, or they know it's at least that one thing that they can go for. It's like going for that jugular. It's always there. But I know that if it wasn't for that, personally, I probably, you know, wouldn't mind it as much. I wouldn't think about it. I can still do everything that I need to do. It's not this like physical limitation. I can still lift. You know what? I'm lazy. I don't really like doing my hair anyways. It was once a form of self-expression for me, and it is for many, so I think that is like why a lot of trans men in particular have this fear of hair loss going into transition. Was that a fear of mine? 100%. 100%. I've been mentally preparing myself for this situation since I got that first shot of testosterone. However, how I kind of came to terms with things is that I would rather be a bald man I'd rather be perceived as a bald man than perceived as a female with a full head of hair. I think one of the hardest parts for trans men in particular is that, at least when it comes to cis men, there is a sense of there's nothing that they can do to control this. It was not their choice. It's just genetics. It happens. Male pattern baldness. When it comes to trans men, there is this expectation that, like, you did have some say in it. You did have a certain amount of control because you decided to take testosterone. You took those risks, and now you're paying the price. You're going bald. And you didn't really get as many years with the hair to do what you want with it, in the feeling aligned in your body. So there's kind of just this really unbalanced, unfair side of being a trans guy, losing your hair. It sucks, you know? You know, that being said, I've had some comments about asking if I'm doing anything to prevent hair loss. No, because it's kind of just delaying the inevitable if it helps at all. To me, using Rogaine or taking medication is kind of like living on a dirt road and then getting a car wash. It's just gonna happen anyways. Your car is gonna just keep getting dirty. It's not affecting how your car runs. It's purely just this aesthetic thing, you know? And it's an unavoidable thing that's going to happen. And unfortunately, it's gonna, you know, people are gonna say things. People are gonna comment. It's part of life. On that note, it's also strange to me that I can get comments about obsessing about my body, how I shouldn't obsess about the weight. I shouldn't, you know, be bodybuilding because it's this, it's basically an eating disorder, and you know, focusing so much on body image it's so toxic. But then I have those same people who will also point out that my hairline is receding, or that I'm going bald, and it's just like, it was never about what I was doing with my body, or it was never about concern for me. There's something else going on there. So, I guess in a nutshell, the hair thing. it's gonna happen for me. I'm trying not to be, you know, too upset about it, which is, you know, why I like kind of shave my head, because I was tired of seeing it like fall off into my hands, and I feel like the head shave just kind of really toned down my anxiety. It's not that it's not happening because I shaved my head, it's just I'm not seeing it fall out in my hands. But yeah, you know, it's a tough thing, but it's part of life, you know, and I'm still grateful for it not being this physical hindrance, and you know, I'm alive, I'm healthy, and other than that, so balding, it's part of the process. It sucks, but I get to bodybuild. I do what makes me feel alive. This is my sport. The food is crazy, and I will talk about that a little bit more, maybe possibly later, depending how long this video gets. But time to eat this because I'm starving. Okay, so I'm gonna eat this while I get to a bunch of emails. This is 120 grams of rice, 5.5 ounces of chicken breast. I got a little sriracha here. I've been pouring it on top, but then sometimes I'm like, whoa, that was too much. So now it's optional if I put it on the side if I want some spice, maybe not having too much spice. So this is not lunch, this is meal 2, so it's like mid-morning. I'll see you at meal 3. Yeah. Alright, so this is meal number 3. Got 4 ounces of ground turkey, 100 grams of rice, and then a side of mustard, because I'm bored. This is what happens when you eat the same thing over and over in bodybuilding style. So I was pretty much already, I'm really good at this camera thing, I was already pretty much eating like the same thing routinely, but I'd have, you know, different things that I interchangeably put in and out of things, especially with salads. There's some variety that you can add. You can change the protein. I could do shrimp, I could do fish, I could do beef, whatever. I didn't do that often, but you know. Now it's just turkey, chicken, rice. Turkey, chicken, rice. Turkey, chicken, rice. Turkey, chicken, rice, kale. That's it. But, yeah. I'm gonna eat this, keep working, and then, finish doing whatever else I'm doing, like washing my sheets. So there's nothing on my bed except for the dog. She's enjoying my bed as usual, but she can't make it dirty this time. Alright, see you in a bit. Okay, so this is meal number 4, and I get to have my kale with this meal. And this is 120 grams of rice, and then 5.5 ounces of chicken. And I got my condiments here. So sriracha, just a little squirt, and then mustard again. Shocker. So yeah, all those things to spice it up a little bit without adding extra calories. Yeah, just finished recording a podcast. A little bit of an odd day to record it, but that will be out probably by the time that you see this, and I will link that down below. I think it will be a good one to listen to. It also pertains to this situation pretty well, but I'll probably talk about that in another topic video. Gonna eat now. See you in a bit. So I got so excited about my 5th meal that I forgot to track it. But this was my cereal with almond milk and protein powder in the milk. It's the saddest part of my day when I reach the end of the cereal bowl, because it's like the only thing that I look forward to. And it's gone. I like my breakfast too, but it's not, you know, it's not waffles, and it's not as filling. So none of this is very filling at all. I'm actually eating about 25 calories less than I was eating before I started the diet change, and I was way more full. Like I would get hungry, but at least I had moments where I was full, like really full. With this, I'm just never full, because I eat often, small meals often, so I'm never full. I'm not like, oh, that's a lie. Yeah, never full. And then there's times where I'm like really hungry, so that's fun. But I'll be back at my last meal of the day, which, as you will see, is impressive, no doubt. So, meal number 6, last but not least. we have an egg. Just one lone egg. It is the most filling meal you could ever imagine. Yeah, this is just sad. I kind of imagine maybe, shoe fly, that this will be something to go next. My calorie intake was lessened after my check-in on Saturday. So my coach said, take away 1 egg from meal number 6, which I have done. It used to be 2. And then 20 grams is taken away from meal number 2 and number 4. So it's 120 grams of rice with the chicken versus it used to be 140. So now we are moving on down, and then my cardio was increased from 35 minutes on the treadmill to 45 minutes. So lovely, right? 45 minutes on the treadmill, it kind of feels like 3 hours because you're not moving. You're not going anywhere. There's nothing going by. So what really saves you on the treadmill is YouTube, or just watching something that you enjoy, that's entertaining. And there's always like those select YouTubers that are just great for kind of keeping your mind off things. So as long as there's good things to watch, usually the treadmill is not unbearable. But sometimes it can feel forever if there's nothing, or you're just extra tired. But yeah, so this week, up in the game, less food, more exercise, just continuing to trust the process and let go of control completely. But that's about all that is new this week. The food aspect of it is still the same as you saw. Nothing's changed there. I have a feeling that it is not going to. And basically, there's just going to be less and less food as the weeks go on. But before I go, I just wanted to really emphasize again, this is for an event. This is for a bodybuilding or a physique competition where I have to get freakishly lean in order to show all the definition. And I also am on the small side. So basically, it is even more important that I get leaner, because the leaner you are, basically the bigger you look, which sounds weird because you're actually smaller, but the more definition you can see, the bigger you tend to look. And so that's the goal. Get shredded. And I will see you again this week very soon. There's still another topic that I need to talk about, but this video is already too long. So I'm going to end this here, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I feel like I'm forgetting something, and that is why I'm just having a hard time saying goodbye. I mean, I love you guys, and that's why I don't ever want to say goodbye, but I feel like as soon as I hit that button that I stop recording, I'm going to remember what I was going to say. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for joining along on this journey. 4 weeks to go. 4 weeks. We're getting there. It's going to get crazy. But, alright. Peace out, guys. See you next time. That was weird. Peace out, guys. I'll see you next time.